This is a game that originally came out in 2014 for the PlayStation Vita and is now getting a remaster coming in January 2025. The story setup in this one is really interesting and pretty wild. It's basically a future in which planet Earth is so messed up that humans had to move underground into these massive prison cities called Panopticons. Now here's the thing, just being born is considered a crime. In specific, you are being charged for the crime of living, and everyone starts with a 1,000,000-year prison sentence. You play as one of these criminals, and your job is to work off your sentence by fighting these huge mechanical monsters called Abductors that keep kidnapping civilians. The actual gameplay is like a fast-paced action game where you're running around with this grappling hook thing called Thorn, climb up these giant robot enemies and tear them apart piece by piece. You are not alone though. You've got this android partner called an Accessory who fights alongside you. And fun fact, they are also there to make sure you don't break any prison rules. What made the original game interesting was this whole system, where you literally had to earn basic human rights. If you want to walk more than 5 steps in your cell, you need to earn that privilege. So it's pretty dark when you think about it, but it fits the whole dystopian vibe they were going for. The multiplayer was a big part of it too, but you can technically play the game solo if you're not into that, since the game provides you with AI teammates. But you could team up with up to 8 players to take down these mechanical machines together, or even fight against other players in PvP modes. In the original game, you could represent your real-world city in these global competitions between different Panopticons, but based off an interview. In this remaster, you can choose from Japan's 47 prefectures as your affiliated Panopticon. Now for the remaster, they're making some pretty significant changes. The whole weapon crafting system is being overhauled to remove the random stats. They are adding proper English voice acting, which the original didn't have. The AI is supposed to be less frustrating now, and all the DLC is included right from the start. It's worth noting that while you can play between PlayStation 4 and PlayStation 5, there is no crossplay with PC. They are of course updating the controls to work better on modern consoles and PC, and you can customize the button layout. The developers have hinted that if this remaster does well, they might consider making a sequel, which could potentially be pretty big considering how the original story ended. The game was actually the second best-selling PlayStation Vita game back when it launched in Japan. The game is pretty decently sized with an estimated playtime for single players of about 30 to 35 hours. And that sentence concludes today's video. If your time was respected, a like or comment is very much appreciated.